Hello? Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I sound okay. Is the music too loud? Hello? Good to see you, Emika. Thank you. Congratulations on getting your Discord back. You're a G. You didn't give them any money. Good for you. Let me open... No, I don't want to open another window. I don't want to open another window. My running draft is almost 50 pages long. Sweet. Okay. I didn't help you that much. I'm glad I saw it though. There was a very real chance that I would have missed all of that. But I saw your Instagram post and was like, oh shit. That was scary. That was a scary moment. Okay. Switching now. Hi. Thank you for the head pats. Where's my head pat thing? Thank you, thank you. I made it by the skin of my teeth. The skin under my fingernails. I made it. You made more work for yourself. It sounds like me. What'd you do this time? What did you do to yourself? You'll notice that I have gotten rid of all of my old timers for pretty obvious reasons. Oh, you mentioned that. Yeah. V only uses sign language. Interesting. That's going to be a very interesting story. You know, you could treat it just like dialogue and speaking tags. You just say, instead of he said or he yelled or things that are human speech tags, and just use he signed the words for whatever, or blah 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 blah, he signed, quotation marks. I've seen books that did that. I've read books where if somebody will use sign language or had to use signs, they just wrote it like dialogue and then just said he signed or they signed. I feel like there's workarounds for that. If you want to learn like specific, or I don't know if you know sign language. Yeah. No, that's exactly what I was going to say. Would be, you could learn a little bit, and then like for specific words you can actually describe. Of course, you've only learned the cuss words, or you only knew the cuss words beforehand, before starting this. I love you is really easy. It's just pointer finger, pinky finger, thumb. I think most people know that one. Can't believe I made it today. So I'm gonna do this in a sort of style of 15-minute sprint, 7-minute break, 15-minute sprint, 7-minute break, and just see how that goes for tonight. Fire? Ooh, interesting. Hold on. You're learning American Sign Language, right? Or are you doing a maybe like a ESL? ASL? American English? Which one are you learning? Oh, my screen is gone. Oh, it's just so big you can't see it. Let me make it small. Now you can see it. There, that's better. Sign fire, you stretch out and wiggle your fingers like the flickering flame. It's just wiggling your fingers? There. Better. You form both hands in open ASL 5 sign with your fingers wiggling back and forth, then cycle your hands up and down in vertical circles. Oh. I think I know how to do that. I love how the first link to this is for teaching your baby sign language. Useful skill. But hopefully they learn to talk as well, if they can. That's interesting. Baby sign language. So that babies don't just scream and cry at you, but they actually talk before they can form language. Interesting. So have you been well this week? Imicadolian, other than the mishap the other day. Or was that yesterday? Pulling Naruto hands. You're trying to do whatever they're called in Naruto. Yeah. What's my sip? Sip is 7. I'm getting better at it. Ooh, that's tasty. Well, I have a project to get into, and I have a 2,000 word goal. Let's see if I get close. And I think the sooner we start the Pomodoros, the better. If you're wanting to do something with me, you'd only have to do it for 15 minutes at a time. Do something, act stupid to get more info to share. Well, there'll be 7-minute breaks in between where we can talk and share stupid information and whatever. This is my first official writing, co-working thing. Sure. I am writing a new POV character tonight. Oh, I'm gonna make myself a little smaller. And I've only gotten about a little ways into her chapter. Yeah, about 250 words. That's about it. And I don't know if it'll all be from her perspective tonight or if I'll switch perspectives again. We'll see. But that's what I'm doing. It'll be slow going at first, but I think I have everything I need in front of me. I tried to kind of take my time. I was going to start earlier, but I kind of took my time getting ready for the stream just so that I wasn't getting up right after hitting go and going, oh shit, I don't have this, I don't have that, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. So I should have everything in front of me. Maybe the one thing I'll get up and do is turn a light off, because that light over there is distracting. Otherwise, I can write. I got my tea, I got my water, I have snacks nearby. Don't need a snack right now. So, well, thank you so much for coming, Emika. I'm ready for Friday. I'm excited. I'm excited for Friday. I have time, spaced out. I'm considering after RP if I have energy to also stream. I thought I was going to do Saturday, but I might do Friday instead. But I'm going to wait till after RP. And I know that could be very late at night. I realize that. I am up all hours of the night most days. So I feel like that's going to just happen and I'll just be a late night person. Don't feel any obligation to stay up and watch me. I planned on doing a Saturday stream, but I think I might do Friday after RP instead. You want to know something sad is I have a text-to-speech thing on my phone that works most of the time. Sometimes it decides it doesn't want to read stuff, and I was going to listen to the RP doc at work and just laugh to myself in my earbuds, because I'd be going over all of our old antics. I'm going to maybe try again tonight at work to listen to it and just laugh at the stupid antics that we wrote. It didn't work before, but it's not Snoop Dogg. It's a free iOS feature. And I'm a little sad because I haven't been able to use the Snoop Dogg one. I tried a little bit. It didn't go all the way through. I didn't pay for it. That's why. I didn't pay for Speechify because I'm already paying for so much. So I listened to Snoop Dogg read the beginning a while ago, and now I have stopped using Chrome with all my fun extensions on it because I think my Chrome got a virus. And I still need to figure out how to get rid of it. So I've just been closing all my Chrome stuff, closing all the pop-ups and everything, making sure I save all my progress, and I've been using a different browser for all my stuff because I don't know what I did on Chrome to deserve this. It's just annoying. It's not like malicious. At least I don't think it's malicious. It just gives me these annoying pop-ups, and I'm always just using the task manager to get rid of them because I try to look up solutions. I think it's like a new virus, so I try to look up solutions to get rid of it, and it's so long and involved, I didn't have the patience to go for it. Now I'm starting to think I'm going to have to spend some time, maybe hours, on my computer manually deleting wherever this thing ended up. So my computer may or may not have a virus right now. I don't know how malicious it is. So far, it hasn't done anything crazy. I do back up my computer, and I realize I have to be careful backing up my computer because I can back up the virus as well. I don't want virus. I mean, I don't actually know if you can back up viruses because then it's no longer connected to the internet. So I assume backing up my computer is safe. But yeah, that's why I'm not using my Chrome stuff anymore. Because my Chrome is the culprit. It came through Chrome. it just gives you these annoying Windows pop-ups like update this, update that. Don't update anything. It's a scam. It's a trap. Stay away from it. And I have a new timer. You see it? It's kind of hard to see, but it's up there in the corner. And then when I write, it's a little bit bigger. And it should make a big noise. I tested it. I did like 3 Pomodoros the other day working on stuff. I know it makes noise. So. I do too, but you probably don't have it. I feel like it gets around that kind of stuff. And blockers doesn't, if you have it, yeah, the sparkle thing is gone. It's gone. It's gone. Yeah. So, which is a little sad because you want to see something. I still have it. I still have the old timer like source in here. Hold on. Where is it? Look how cool it looks. And I took the sound off of it. So basically it's there, but it's not going to make any noise. And every time I get rid of it like that, I hit hide, the browser source stops and disappears. So it's not even like, it's one of those things that unless I make it visible, it doesn't even start. So I haven't gotten rid of it because I'm still kind of hoping that there's a way around it to fix it. But after the amount of testing I was able to do, I realized, better safe than sorry. So I just got this bigger one, and it's really easy to use. It has a nice sounding alarm that isn't annoying, and it'll keep us on track. It'll be fine. So that's what I was thinking of doing, that we would just do our thing like this. Why is that so far over? Anyway, I'm not going to fix it. I'm going to leave it how it is because that's just a distraction. Anyway, I think it's about time we did one. 15 minutes writing, 7-minute break. 15 minutes writing, 7-minute break. Until we decide we're good. Until we decide, okay, we're done. It's about 7 p.m., so I think probably a good time to start would be now, because we'll get a few of these in. And if you want to join me, feel free to join me. Okay? Cool. On your mark. Get set. Go. Do you hear it? The timer's up. Yay. Okay. And break time. Nice. And that is how many? 484. Not too bad. It does work. Now, the last time I thought 15 minutes had passed, I did like almost 800 words. Not realistic. So, it works. As long as it works, I'm happy. Got some intense music playing here. Nah, it's fine. It's almost over. Had to have some scary music sometimes. 'Cause I'm a little witch. Oh, that was awful. Did you hear that? That was awful. Need to do this before I drink. I think, just so I can stay on top of it, I'll give myself 400. Which one of these is 400? Mushroom. Mushroom, or I'll give myself 2 tea leaves. I think that works. Where's item tally? 2 tea leaves. Tea leaves are on the top. Yep. So that'd be 28. The rich. You're excited for Friday. It's been too long. We've been waiting too long to do this. Terrible novelist. Why you gotta always be busy on Friday? It's because he works what I assume is in a kitchen. And they kind of have busy weekends. So, yeah. I get being on call. I get it. I think we should double check. What do you think? Should reach out to Terrible Novelist and be like, are you sure you're good for the 31st? You're sure you're good for Friday? Hi, Ghost. How are you? I got a new timer. The other one was shit. How you doing, Ghost? Good to see you. You can't do Sunday now because of Xeno Evil. I know it's a little scary because just in case they'll go, no, actually I can't. And you're like, oh, but I got my hopes up. I still think it's better than waiting until the day of and then realizing that people are busy. Quick, you wouldn't throw a spell to make somebody's bones itch, right? I'm not that great at spells, to be honest. That's another thing I'm out of practice on. But to make somebody's bones itch, I could maybe do something about that. Possibly. If by bones itch you mean a dunce. I do have some experience with that. Very true. Name my price. I have a channel point thing that I recently made cheaper. I think it's still quite expensive though. To make somebody's bones itch. I'll take a crow's feather, which I'm sure is not too much. Well, that or you said name my price. Thank you for the crow's feather. You know, just to be fun, and since it's good to see you, Ghost River, we'll do a quick dance party. How about that? Ready? Ooh, hold on. I can do this. I can do this. And make it fun. I can make it fun. Ready? I cast a spell for you to dance until the itch in your bones goes away. Whoa. Let's go. It's the old dance party. Gotta get up, gotta move. Giving Ghost a free dance party. Not really. Thank you for the crow's feather. One of these days I'll do this as a witch. But for now, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Thank you so much for that lovely dance party. It's good to see it. Let's go back to the coffee mug and we'll sit. It always does that. Thank you, thank you. And that's the end of our time break. Let's get back into 15 minutes of writing. Sound good? You did miss Saturday. You also missed something really embarrassing, which I'm happy about. I'm very happy about. So, no harm, no foul. It's all good. I know. It's pretty cool. Dance party's the same. Pretty much everything else has been tweaked a little bit. Oh, I don't have any music playing. I should play some music. There we go. I was wondering why it was so quiet. Thank you for the inspiration. Thank you for that push to finally just embrace my true nature. Yeah, I'll get over it. I'll get over it eventually. But I got that timer in the corner now, and it actually works, and everybody hears it. So it's gonna stay. It's gonna stay there. I gotta add the crow's feather to the tally, and then we will write again. Thank you so much. I got so much stuff. I love it. All right. I better get into this next writing sprint or else I gotta give myself some rocks. So, are you ready? Set? Yeah, of course. Okay. I do need help, but I don't need that much help all the time. It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure having you around, Ghost. All right. Let's work on this project now. Okay. There's another one down. Sweet. 7-minute break. 7-minute break. It is 7:40 p.m. which is a good time because that means we can still keep going. I'm gonna take a quick sip of my drink. So I took my own advice from the previous stream, my debut stream, and I'm using a straw, and it helps with the glitching, which is great. I love not glitching so much. So, what? I could exchange. Oh, what am I sitting at? I'm sitting at 1,034, so I had about 400 that I had used before. So that leaves about 600. We'll say 600. It's going. It's fine. I'm a little... I can tell what I'm writing is kind of the quality that I usually write when I don't know what's going on. So I'm kind of just letting it be shit. And like have it not make any sense, but that's okay because I have a feeling this is one of those characters I'm gonna look back on and go, oh, I was close, but this is really what I meant. And I'll go back and I'll adjust a little bit. I'm writing from a different point of view character, and I'm trying to write about her childhood, but it's sort of taken the form of she's remembering her childhood from like an undisclosed future time, and she's trying to take stock in meaning of things that happened to her or things that she did, and just like, yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, at least they're done and it's not in your brain anymore. And here's something very real. I'm not writing anything right now that was previously in my head. I'm making it up as I go. That's different. When you have stories that you want to tell, you know, that are it's just sitting in your head and you just have to get it down on paper so it's not in your head anymore. That's usually what I'm thinking. Right now, I'm like, I don't know what to do for this character, so I'm just making it up. So it's kind of like, it's getting in my brain and then immediately coming back out. So I don't have a lot of time to, like, think it through. And that's probably a good thing. So I'm just taking a different approach to this project and just giving myself a lot of grace and a lot of leeway to just write stuff that doesn't make sense. The Akira Toriyama way of writing. I didn't know Akira Toriyama's method of writing. Just kind of letting things be crazy. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm looking him up quick. Hold on. Let's go to not working mode. Here we go. I'm gonna do this. No. This. No, wait. I can never. Is it 6? No, it's 5. I feel like I should float. Isn't this cute? In big mode, I should just float. What do you think about the Toriyama sensei writing style? I don't think the only reason you should love Dragon Ball is that it's aired on Toonami when you were a kid with a memorable dub and awesome superhero moments. I'd go on tremendous amount of detail, but I leave it to the discussion, only summarize my thoughts about Toriyama sensei's writing. I adore it. As a hobby, I have studied many works of fiction. Love his writing precisely because he isn't trying to be overly deep or write beyond what he's comfortable and good with. Toriyama knows what he can write well and goddamn doesn't do it well. He also knows that he's not so great at it, so he tends to delve a whole lot into the aspects, character, relationships. Oh, that's funny. I know, don't you like the floating? I had a big glow up, man. When I realized I could do this in the software I use, I was like, oh, hell yeah. Human dad feed, I'm back. That's good. I'm happy. I mean, I held myself to so many, like, stupidly insane, like, rigid standards for so much of my creative process, and I'm like, this isn't helping. So I just had to come up with a different way of doing things. Not come up with, but try a different way and just say, hey, it doesn't feel right, but this is a process, and it's the process you need right now. So perhaps I'll get more organized in the future. Right now, I feel more capable than I've ever felt, even if jumping into the project sometimes feel like I'm just diving into a deep pool of water and not sure if I'm gonna surface again. But that's okay. I'm learning to swim. Toriyama said several times during interviews that he never planned anything in Dragon Ball. He just went with what he felt like making. His editors wrangled him for a bit. He just kind of gave up and let him do what he wanted. Pulls out a net and mini cage. Sephiroth have cage bunny for you. How dare you? How dare you? I'm gonna go back to normal. Hold on. It only... Oh! Perfect timing! Time is up! But I'm so cute! Where's the timer? Stop! Okay. Another 15 minutes. We gotta keep it up, guys. That's kind of the point of this, is you're taking short breaks, but you're still kind of in it. If it's working, keep it up. Exactly. So let's do another 15 minutes. We're about halfway through the Pomodoros. I don't know if by the time we get to the fourth one, how far the stream will have gone. I think it'll be fine. Storytelling, motherfucker. Yeah. Hold on. I need an emote. Storytelling, motherfucker. Boom. Okay. Sure. Just 15 minutes. Whatever you think you can get. Ooh, actually, you know what? Before we jump into it, I'm going to add a tally. So I think it was 600. What are my channel points good for? I think the most expensive one is 500. Let's do a crow feather. No. Let's do an acorn and a crow feather. I think that's good. A single crow feather and an acorn. Okay, cool. Yes, I have tallies for random items in the corner because I have to get stuff for the cauldron. I have to make a potion in the cauldron. And I do that by gathering words and items. Yes? Okay, ready? Dust off the delve dock. Okay, well, let me know when you're ready. And I'll wait till you're ready to go, and then we'll do this. I'm gonna take another drink. Oh, thank you. That was an acorn, wasn't it? Thank you so much, Ghost, for the wonderful acorn. I'm gonna add that to the tally before we get going. I'm just gonna... Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What is playing? I have a feeling I'm gonna get DMCA strike. Hold on. It's just turning its own thing now. Now, Now I know the music isn't going to be DMCA strike. You're giving me all this stuff? You know how cats will just give you like random shit? My little mascot, my little kitty Lightning is supposed to help me gather these items, but I'll take your reverse crow. Let's add another acorn. I have 5 acorns now. Hell yeah. All right. Well, I can't get distracted too much or else I have to give myself rocks. So let's get into this writing sprint if you are ready. Because we're in this together. Just 15 minutes. All right. Let's do this. Here we go. Okay. Break time. How'd it go? Was it okay? Hey, Sultan. What up? That may very well have been 15 minutes ago. Let me check. That doesn't say. Oh well. Zolden Prime usually sleeps by to say hello at some point. Oh, hey! Happy Wednesday to you too. Whew. I need to stretch. Who else needs to stretch? That's the little hedgehog. Let's stretch. I'm gonna disembody for a second. Oh. Oh, look, I'm stretching. Kind of. Not really. Oh, I got you to actually write and it felt good? What? Impossible. LOL last night went on web novel to comment. I was darn she must have fallen asleep and got busy. You know what I need to do? I need to figure out a way for my phone to read it out loud to me at work from web novel. And then after each chapter, take a second to comment a little bit because I was at work. I was at work last night. But I'll do my best. I have to choose. Well, I can't really choose. One of them will work. Maybe both of them will work. Just hoping I don't get COVID. My stepmom tested positive for COVID yesterday, and today my dad tested positive, so I hopefully don't get COVID. Ooh, looks like you're getting triangulated with COVID. Are your parents the type to get inoculated or keep themselves in a close quarters away from other people? I know that COVID's at least in the US, I mean, it's going to be kind of like the flu now. Like, people are still going to get it and still going to, like, have complications from it, but it's not going to... I did know that, actually. COVID can still hurt you, but probably about as much as the flu does. Still very contagious and can... Oh, no wonder they got it. I'm just asking if your dad and your stepmom are like super spreaders. Which, I will say again, probably not as much of a problem as it was a couple years ago. But still, if they have the capacity to take a little time off and get over it out of the reach of others, then yeah, they won't spread it. That's kind of how it works. That's why people get flu shots. That's why people get COVID vaccines, if you have them. I realize that the subject matter that I'm talking about can be rather contentious, so it's just a suggestion. Just a suggestion, and you don't have to take it because I'm assuming your mom, your stepmom, and your dad are going to come out fine from this, that they won't have complications from COVID, because I feel like that's one of the only ways that it can really hurt you anymore, is if you have some sort of complication with it. It's the same as the flu. It's the same as the flu. The fact that we still have complications from the flu is actually kind of a big issue. I know, I have a similar hat to a certain... What was he called? Man, I really want to read Sortilege again. I do. There are times I sit back and I still think about it and I go, man, that was good, what you started with that. I miss it. Because I'm not on Storyfire anymore. I don't know if you are either. I have no clue. I know Zalden most likely is. I don't know who's still posting stuff on Storyfire. Because I left a while ago. But yeah. When it comes to getting COVID, there's not that dramatic over it. I've seen other people get COVID and they go ballistic over it. Well, that's kind of what I mean. That's kind of what I mean is, what kind of ballistic? Ballistic that they are being told to wear a mask and self-isolate, or going ballistic that they have it in the first place. And basically, people have different approaches to it. Some people don't want to take the measures to protect other people from it, and other people, right, wearing masks. That's what I mean. I think there's going to be a cultural shift whether or not people actually wanted to. I've seen so many people in my, I won't say close circle, but within like coworkers, you know, people I see on a regular basis come in with masks on if they're any kind of sick, whether it's COVID or not, because they literally can't afford the time to take off of work. What's with all the guns, man? Yeah, you found it. Anyway, we're gonna probably start probably one of our final sprints. I don't know how much longer we'll go. We'll maybe do one or two more after this. Yeah, so I feel like that's gonna become a thing with us in the States, because I'm starting to see it happen more and more. And I work in a pretty, I will say the county that I work in is pretty conservative. It's a pretty red county. And I see a lot of people come in with masks on when they're not feeling well, because they can't afford the time to take off of work. They're like, I really shouldn't be at work because I'm probably contagious. It could be COVID, it could be the flu, it could be anything. But they come in anyway and they wear a mask, so. What's it to you? Ghost, your Second Amendment rights. No, I'm making sure. Is not American but gun funny. It's funny when a little beast is holding it. It's funny. Yeah. It's an open carry. It's an open carry chat. As long as you're fucking chill. My friends all no chill. Okay. Do you think you have it in you for 15 more minutes and then we get a longer break? Possibly we can be done writing. Beast gun equals peak comedy. Pew pew equal comedy. It is known. It is known. I need to pull up my actual soundboard. I haven't actually used my soundboard all night. Here's a couple sounds for you to get you through.
Good news, everyone.
And it good.
Okay. You can go for 15 more. I was in the middle of a thing and I want to try to finish it. Of course, me too. I usually leave off in the middle. And there is something to be said about leaving off in the middle of a sentence or in the middle of a thought, because then it helps you jump back in when you take a long break in between. You go back to where you last left off and you're like, oh shit, I was in the middle of a thought. What? You've been writing? That's good. Okay, let's do another 15 minutes and then we get probably like a 20-minute something break. And then I don't know if I'll go for much longer after that, because I do have to eat a dinner and then go work. So I'm pretty close to my goal. I never actually added anything on the tally. I don't know how many I actually did. How did I do? I'm sitting at 15, almost 1600. So I did about 500. I'll wait till after this one to make my final tallies, and then we're good. Though for talking too much, I'm gonna add a rock. All right, 15 minutes. Are we ready? Are we set? Are you ready? Are you set? Here we go. Valid. All right. Long break. Yay! I reached my goal. I reached my word goal of 2,000 words. I did it! Woo woo woo! Done. Enough writing sign language for today. For real. Good job, Emmy. Good job. Oh, by the way, I have a question for you. It's probably too late though. How many channel points do you have? I know that you probably have more because I streamed for about 4 hours Saturday, and then I've been going for about 2 hours already here, so 57. Okay. Interesting. I should have gifted you about 1,000 points. Good to know that you didn't lose any. So I don't know if you're able to figure that out if I gave you any. I'm pretty sure I did. I figured out a way to gift channel points back. It doesn't say in my past thing. Man, I had forgotten how stimulating writing can be. It's fun. It's good. Ooh, I'm gonna jump back to this. Stimulating in a good way. Sometimes it can be stimulating in like a frustrating way. I'll admit, I'm kind of bordering that line right now. I don't really know what this POV chapter is turned into. It's just kind of like a retrospective for this character, but I'm also writing this character from the age of 14, which didn't happen. I'm writing about the time she was a child, and then I just got to the point where she was 14 years old, and that's what's supposed to be in the book. Like, her point of view is supposed to be a 14-year-old girl. I think what's really happening is I'm taking a lot of different characters that I've created over the years, and I'm writing a backstory for them so that when I jump into chapter 1, I know where they've come from. I felt so creatively down for months, not wanting to do anything besides existing. And I don't know, I felt like my soul needed to remember this. Aww, Ghost! That makes me so happy. Aww. I'm so happy. It was all worth it. Thank you for the frog leg. Woo! Isn't this a fun little thing I got going? I'm going to add that right away so that I don't forget. Okay, the frog leg is the second one from the top. I'm now to 20 frog legs. Hell yeah, baby. I have plans for the rest of the frog. Ooh, yum. Do whatever it is you like. The rest of the frog is yours. I've just added the frog legs to the cauldron, which is behind me. I'll scooch over a little bit. Or, I don't know. I don't know where to be. Okay, so I got about 2,000 words. Well, I'll say 21. So subtract the 1,000 that I've already put in the tally. That's 1,100. How should I divvy that up? So the channel points are approximate to word counts that I have. So I can add any items I want to the tally based off my word count. So 1,100. How can I divvy that up? It's not really... I guess I could too... I kind of want to do a bunch of everything. So acorns are 100, tea leaves 200, frog leg 300, mushroom 400, crow feather 500. I think what I want to do, I want to do a couple mushrooms. Let's do mushrooms. I have 13 of those. So let's make that 14. Well, I got a frog leg already. Let's do 2 acorns, maybe 3 acorns. Ooh. Let's do 3 acorns. Okay. So that's 700. I need 400 more. I added tea leaves before. Let's just do another mushroom. 15. That's correct math, yes. I can do math. At least I think that's correct math. So I'm writing from the point of view of a 14-year-old girl, and what kind of happened is I love mushrooms too. It's kind of one of my it's so good on pizza. I did this thing recently where I got a crock pot for Christmas. For Christmas. And then I was like, oh, sweet. I can, do like a slow cooker meal and then just have that be ready for all of my lunches at work. And it made, cooking at home really easy for me, at least for a few months. Or I wasn't having to go and buy meals before work. I did this kind of mushroom and what kind of meat was it? It was like this sort of mixture of, I don't even really know what it was now that I think about it. It had broccoli and I think it was beef. I think it was beef. Beef, broccoli, mushrooms, cabbage, all kinds of stuff. If I could send you mushrooms, I would. And the thing is, I won't say they're cheap here, they're not, but what tends to happen is I'll use them. It was so good. Is it possible to put too much mushrooms in something? The thing is, I had to use the entire container in one crock pot meal, and it was a lot of mushrooms because I knew that those mushrooms were not that. The only thing is, mushrooms don't keep very well. Even when you refrigerate them, they don't keep very well. So you kind of have to just cut them up and use them right away. Cook them up and do something with them. So I put in an entire container. I don't even know how many. It was a lot. And it did leave a taste. Sometimes what's great about mushrooms is if you don't like the taste of them, you can usually saute them with other stuff, and it'll, if you saute mushrooms and onions together, the mushrooms kind of absorb the flavor of the sauteed onions, and the whole thing is just this really kind of yummy thing. But you could definitely taste the mushrooms because there were so many. It was actually really good. Oh, I think it was beef, mushroom, cabbage, a couple of seasoned spices. There was a broth. I think it was a beef broth with a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. Learned about that one through all the recipes I was looking at. I'm I need something quick and easy. And they're just throw some Worcestershire sauce, and it does a lot. I'll let you know. It's very good. And then what you would do is you would make the broccoli separate. You would cook the broccoli separate, and then you'd put the broccoli in a bowl, and then you'd pour this stew or whatever on top of the broccoli. It was so good. It was very, very good. I'll admit, I've been lazy. I haven't been cooking super great meals for myself. Mostly because I've been lazy and not gone grocery shopping. I have a lot of gas station food in my apartment right now. Worcestershire. Fun fact is just English sauce. Oh my god, that's so much easier to say. I'm so gonna call it English sauce from now on, because that's exactly what it is. English sauce. Even that's kind of English sauce. It's the and the right after English sauce. But that's so much easier than Worcestershire. I think I'm saying it right. I'm usually... I take that back. I was going to say, usually I'm good at pronouncing things. I just proved myself wrong with that. Salsa inglesa has a nice ring to it. Is that another way? Salsa inglesa, is that the inglesa? Inglesa. Okay. It does have a nice ring to it, and it makes it sound, at least from a American perspective, it makes it sound really kind of cool. Like, ooh, what's the sauce in this? It's like, oh, it's salsa inglesa. And they're like, oh, wow, that sounds really expensive and fancy. And I'd be like, they don't know, it's just Worcestershire sauce. Oh, I said it right there. Interesting. Who knows? English sauce. Easy. Oh, yeah. Well, anyway. All the tallies I have right now, I did factor in the word count I had before I started all this witchy stuff. So the 28 or 25, however many, I can't actually see, 28 tea leaves, that's because I have close to probably 50 pages, maybe now like 53 pages, that I've been working on over the course of 2 years. So that's why I have so many of them right off the bat, because I'm kind of factoring in the whole thing, because that's what I'm working on. And when I get to 10K on this little counter up here, which I'm going to actually probably add that tally now. I'm going to add it in. So what am I sitting at? I'm sitting at 2122 as of this moment. And then I add that to 1075, I believe. I have to find main message. That's what that source is. Yeah. We're sitting at 3197. Sweet. When I get that little number up at the top of the screen, when I get that number to 10,000, I get to reset. And we get to make a potion with all the ingredients we've gathered. How I make potions, your guess is good as mine. I'm still kind of figuring out how I'm going to do that. But basically, every 10K words, I'm going to make like a big deal of it. And we're going to go, woo, yay, little milestone. Because when you think about it, a book, a fully formed, finished book, when done, usually sits at around maybe 75 to 90,000 words. If it's like a standard book, if it's a little bit shorter, maybe closer to 50, 60,000. So 6 potions and I have a whole book. I want to see the potion. Well, right now I just have this cauldron just doing its thing over there. We'll add all the ingredients into the potion. We'll make something out of it. Also says at 10K words I get something shiny. So kind of like maybe a little bit of alchemy going on. Do some sort of alchemy thing and get something cool and shiny out of the potion to add to maybe on the desk somewhere. Maybe I'll add something in the channel points that we can all share. I don't know. It's really kind of just up for interpretation at this point. I did a lot of planning and a lot of reworking of this whole like stream idea. That doesn't mean I have everything finished. And I kind of like sorry, I bumped my desk. I kind of have things a little loose, fast and loose right now. And when we get a little bit closer, I'll go, oh, I know what to do. And we'll do something. Maybe the shiny thing is like a new game or something, and we'll play a game on stream, or I don't know, something. From my perspective, it seems Americans love to hear Spanish words in cooking, even if it's just a direct That's literally what I'm saying, is they're going to be so impressed with something so stupid. Like, queso is just cheese. I know. But for y'all, it means something... Well, I live in a particular part of the U.S. where cheese is kind of like a standard here. So queso can be really fancy, or just really like, oh, did you pick up some queso from the gas station? It's just cheese. It's just cheese dip with salsa in it, which to you apparently is just sauce. It's just cheese sauce, which can be really low quality or really high quality. Doesn't really matter. Aranastraku! Yeah, it was good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Sorry I didn't see your chat super quickly. Hopefully it comes out evil. Yes, an evil potion. I know, I'm such a cute little witch. How could I make anything evil? You don't know what I'm capable of. It makes it exciting, certainly. Can't wait to see what the shiny thing is. I have some ideas of what the shiny thing could be, but again, yeah, I'm just leaving it up for interpretation. People say chai tea. They're just saying tea. Exactly. Chai or cha or all those variations. It's just tea. I hate it so much, to be honest. You know, it's dumb. Especially when it comes to other languages, Americans generally are very, very, very dumb. Pretty dumb. As a collective, we're very dumb. Individually, we can be fine. And not all Americans fall into that category, because a lot of Americans also are bilingual and speak Spanish. A lot of Americans' first language is Spanish. So I guess I'm throwing in a specific type of American when I say that. Maybe the stereotypical one that comes to mind. I'm having tea-flavored tea. Delicious. Oh, it looks like my frame rates are dropping. No shit, Sherlock. Exactly. Shit. Oh, we've made it so far. Fall so hard and come so far. Okay, well now it's working. Randomly, frame rates just started dropping. I'm like, okay. Thanks a lot. Pew pew. Yeah. There's so much. There's just literally so much that I just... Like, America, be better. Be better. And as I say that, I realize I have a responsibility. I have a personal responsibility for myself to be better. There are definitely times that I make some pretty dumb decisions, and then I go, you know, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to think that. And then I go, okay, be better, be better. No, it was definitely me. I have my eye kind of on my little bars in the corner, and it just was like one red line. And I was like, oh shit, what's happening? No, it was me. It was me. Okay, well, what time is it? It is almost 9 o'clock, and I fear that I am going to probably end my stream soon, because I would like a little bit of time to eat dinner, or at least eat something before I begin my job. Yay, we did a Pomodoro, everyone. Congrats on the Pomodoro. And the plan is to do this every Wednesday, unless something comes up. Unless something comes up that I can't change, I will try to make this a weekly thing where we write words when Magic Word Wednesday or Witchy Word Wednesday, something stupid like that. And we'll just basically do what we did tonight. Yes, well. Also, maybe just a janky setup. Despite the new look, I still have a pretty janky setup. I was talking about how my my mouth tracking's really shit on these models because I can't get a good enough, like, anyway. It's like a whole thing with like my camera, my setup, and just going, hey, I changed a lot of things and I put in a lot of work. That doesn't mean I spent a pretty penny on an expensive camera or anything. And now that I think about it, I don't need an expensive camera. I just need a certain type of smartphone that has a certain type of camera. Because most smartphones have really good cameras. And I'll admit, they kind of scare me. So I'm like, well, I could have a phone that scares me with its really high quality camera that could probably be watching me at all times. But I'd have a really great looking VTuber model because it would finally be able to track my face properly. So right now I have my old setup and a lamp shining in my face so that it's not too dark, and a lipstick on so it can see my mouth. It has no excuses, but still. Anyway. And yes, the woods... Sometimes you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised the connections you can get out here. But yeah, it's a little bit like, you never know what you're gonna get. Depends on how the wind blows, the full moon, crescent moon. It's always a full moon here. It did occur to me that I could make a different background with different moon phases to kind of make it feel like time was passing. It's just perpetually full moon and snowing. It's almost summer. And it'd just be like, well, it'd be fun. I'll consider it. It would just be more work on my end, and I want to write my book. I want to work on that. So, I'll say this now before I forget. Save your progress. Whatever you did tonight, save your progress. I am actually going to go through my saving thing right now because I have kind of a different way to do it. Let me show you. So I have this little thing on the side that I made myself to kind of like outline what I mean to do. So I'm saving this book in 3 different places, which feels excessive, but really it's not.
Is now following.
Oh, thank you for the follow. Wendy Wars 1. Thank you so much for the follow. We're happy to have you. So save your progress. What I'm going to do is I have this particular window set aside for only stream writing. So this is going to be empty every time that I stream. So I'm going to select all of my words, make sure they're all selected, copy those words, and then I'm going to open 3 different documents. I have a Google Doc, I have a Scrivener doc, which is separated by chapters and characters, so I'm going to find the correct page to put it on. And then I have a Notion location that I'm going to open probably once the stream is done because I'm afraid to open another window on stream. But I'm going to open my other Scrivener and I'm going to add a period after where I left off and paste. Just go through, make sure. Yep. That's right there. And then I'm going to open the Google Doc, which you can't really see, but I'm going to add it right after the same word. Very good. The Google Doc is sitting at 52 pages. And then when the stream is done, I'm going to copy and paste the same words into my Notion page. So this is just a way for me to, you know, in case Scrivener crashes one day or my Google account is hacked, God forbid, I have different places. And also there's the whole thing with AI. Like, you never know what programs are using AI to leech off your stuff, you know, and Google Docs may use AI, or at least they've said in the past they may use AI. So yeah, my net is acting up, so I cannot hear anything. I guess I will go for now. Oh, I'm sorry, Oranus. This is my neck of the woods, and I want it cold and dark forever. Well, I do hail from Wisconsin, and about 6 months out of the year, it's pretty fucking bleak here. We're in the middle of storm and tornado season, so, yeah, that pretty much tracks. Though summers do get pretty hot and humid here, so I don't know, I might make a summer background. Maybe winter and summer is good enough. I was just excited that I could actually have a background with animations going, and I was like, oh, look at that snow. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll find a way to like do like sparkling stars or something, but it will always be dark nighttime because all the best writing happens at night. I stand by this. I don't actually know that for a fact. Sometimes I did finish a draft during the afternoon one time. It was fucking hard, but I did it. I tend to like writing at night better. Tradesies? Yeah, well, I would say yes. We'll take your heat wave, but the only problem with that is there's going to be a bunch of pasty white Midwestern people walking around with barely any clothes on if that's the case, and I don't know if I'm mentally prepared to see that. Yeah, nighttime is writing time. For real. I completely agree. So, right now, really, the goal is just to stick with this. Stream on Wednesdays, write with friends for a couple of hours for as long as I can. Setting up little milestone goals every so often. Oh, I have this idea of right now we're kind of in the drafting pre-writing stage, like the planning, like depends on if you're a pantser or a planner, whatever. If you're a planner or you lean more toward the I want to make sure I know what I'm doing before I start writing, basically I kind of have that, what is it? We read the tea leaves and we do divination together. I am basically Professor Trelawney from Hogwarts. But like maybe a couple decades younger before everything went to shit, and you just see her as this Hogwarts like old professor that's just losing her mind. She's seen too much, okay? So once in a while when we're planning out a project, we use divination to divine the different ways that the future could go for our story. The different ideas we have for the way events will pan out for our characters. And then when we are drafting, we're doing what we're doing now, where we are gathering artifacts. We are gathering items. It's just basically foraging. Just grabbing as many words and as many items, no matter what they are, no matter what their value is, just gathering as many as possible so that we have stuff to work with. And then when we get to the rewriting or revision stage where we decide, how do we use these items? That's when we make potions. That's when we'll do a little bit of alchemy, a little bit of potion making, and see what we get. See what different kinds of mixtures we can get with what we've gathered, and maybe some new words, some new items. See what it turns into. And then finally, when we're down to the final editing stage, we're casting spells. And if you know anything about spell casting, is if you say the words wrong or in the wrong order, you could get something very different. So it's all about intentionality. It's all about phrasing, word choice, picking the way in which you want to get the spell across, as well as how you want your story to get across. So fixing up maybe some wordy sentences, making sure the character arcs are clear for what you want, making sure we define things well, or maybe leave things up to the imagination so that the reader can fill in the blanks. However the hell you want that story to look when it's time to either publish or submit or whatever it is you want to do with it. And then finally, we've got our potions, we got our spells, we got all the stuff, and we level up. We level up as a mage and a witch and whatever other stuff. Basically, this is Hogwarts homeschool. I couldn't afford Hogwarts, so I'm training myself at home with the internet. I can do it. I'm just as smart as you. I can do it. Anyway, yeah. It's all... when it's all said and done, this is just an elaborate way for me to get myself excited about writing again. And I had to kind of gamify it a little bit. I had to make it different. And my hope is that this doesn't get stale and that it gets more fun, and that the more we do it, the more I do it, the more I just enjoy the process. Because I was kind of like you, Ghost River, in the sense that I was just existing and life was just about surviving, and day-to-day stuff just felt so exhausting and tiring. And when people ask me, how's the writing going? Or have you read anything lately that you really liked? Or is there a movie you're excited to see? You know, things like creative things just felt so impossible. Like, I wasn't even keeping up with things that I enjoyed. Like, I'm a big Game of Thrones fan, and when people were talking about the next season of House of the Dragon about to release, it wasn't even on my radar. Of course I'm excited to see it, but it's been such a crazy year that I was like, did you see the new trailer for it? No. Did you see that it's releasing in June? No. Like, these things just flew by me because life was just so crazy. And then I went, I need to do something. I need to make a stand in my life, and I need to say, this is for writing, this is for me to just play. And it sounds really cringe, and you might cringe at this, but my inner child needs this. I need to play. Otherwise, I become a working machine, and I've lived that life for a long time, and I'm sure you all can sympathize with that. Sometimes you just need to let the adulting be pushed off to the side, and you just need to go, it is important for me to sit down and just play. And I can't be creative unless I feel like I can play. That was also something I had to figure out. I'll make you a promise. I'll show up to as many streams as possible if we keep each other honest about giving ourselves our creative outlet. You may have yourself a deal there. You also were in school trying to graduate. I can tell that you understand at least a little bit of where I'm coming from. Well, I have every intention of showing up every single Wednesday around the same time. The time might fluctuate a little bit. I'm going to try to find the right time and stick to that time. Oh, well, I'm happy that you were able to get what you got out of tonight. And don't beat yourself up. Don't be too hard on yourself. I'm learning slowly but surely, every little tiny bit of progress counts. And the time may be short and sporadic, but it's still valid. And the more you do it, the more you realize that you need it badly. Maybe we can work together on carving out that time and making it important. So we'll make this kind of like a ritual space of, don't bother me, now's the time where I can at least dabble in my creativity and see if I can get some of it back that the world's trying to beat out of us. I mean, that's why I even started Twitch streaming. I'm not a gamer. What am I doing on Twitch where everything is gaming? You know, I don't really fit here. But then when I realized there were writers here and there were creative sprints, and I just learned that people sometimes come on to these types of spaces to keep each other accountable, I was like, that's exactly what I need. And if I can make it fun and whimsical and stupid and fun, then maybe it'll work. Which said ritual. Well, there is something to it. May or may not have a effect on this whole choice to go the witch direction. No, you're expressing it pretty well. Oh. Wait, hold on. I have so many windows open I can never find the right. Oh, my hat's hiding it. There's little hearts. Thank you so much. Ghost, I'm incredibly honored to have validated your creative spirit tonight, and thank you for validating mine. I'm probably gonna end it on a high note, on a good note. We'll raid to probably Coffee, because Coffee's also still writing. If you have the ability to continue with other creative people on Twitch, or I don't know, if you want to call it a night, that's fine. I have about an hour before I have to leave for my IRL job, so I'm going to give myself a little bit of time to rest and eat and get what I need for work and then go. And I'll be around this weekend. I don't know exactly when. I'm thinking really late on Friday, but maybe not. I'm going to try to get one stream in. I don't know what we'll be doing. We can be writing. We could be doing something else. And I'm going to try to make these Wednesday write-ins a regular thing. So, lots of love. Thank you so much, Emika. Thank you so much, Ghost and Zalila Art. And just all the love. And Zalden. Thank you so much, Zalden, for coming. I have great friends. I know. I feel like I'm just like filling time now with talking, but I just wanted to express to you that you guys mean a lot to me, and you guys are very encouraging and very supportive. And yeah, if I can at least help you and show you in return how much I care about you guys and value you guys, then maybe it'll be worth it. All right, have a good night. A shower sounds great. Enjoy your shower, enjoy your night. I'll see you around, and see ya.